good people, Suzie Yule Diadem, living positive regardless. Doesn't matter the point at which you are in life, but with low positivity all the way. Karibuni sana, welcome again to my channel. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed to my channel. I'm so grateful to you and also to God who has enabled you to be able to appreciate the kind of work I'm doing, and I pray that you will continue subscribing to those who have not subscribed. Thank you for those who have shown me so much love. I'm reading your comments and I cannot so but admire and feel your love. So thank you so much for the love that you have given to me as a person. Thank you for the love you've given to my family, me and my husband, and we will continue to share a lot with you guys. And thank you so much. I've read your comment, you guys. You say this man is becoming younger. He has just started, I believe so, and so he'll become more younger, and all by the grace of God, because you know God will do it for us and will continue doing great things. On that note, about my man becoming younger, that cause about you're talking of our marriage and our union, that's where we want to start our debate this day about marriage. But before then, before we talk about marriage, let me introduce you to my guests. I have some guests in the house and I'm grateful to God that we have them. So I'll just let you know them. I'll give them an opportunity to just say hi to my viewers, just mention your name and who you are, maybe what you do. Yes, before we continue with our today's debate. So let me start right there.
How are you, viewers? I am Faith Shomba. I work in a hospital. By profession, I am a secretary.
I am Mr. Chomba Boniface. I worked on this earth for the last 66 years.
Wow.
Life is worth living. I want to live a little bit longer and enjoy living on this planet earth. I am a retired principal teacher and I am a retired leader with the Anglican Church. And I've handled issues of life for the last, since 1978 when I went to college. And there we are.
I am Alexander Mchibifendi. Alex is a retired pastor with Anglican Church of Kenya. A father of 3 and a glad path to 6 glad children. The most blessed man in the universe to have been married to Suzie Yule Diadem, and I want to say I thank God who has brought Suzie in my life, and she has made me this happy. Welcome.
There is a saying that says panapo wazee hapaharibiki neno. My Swahili pita hai. So I'm so grateful to God because the people I have in here, they are people who are experienced one, and if you have listened to the introduction, well, they are all people in church. So we are talking this debate or discussion from a point of Christianity and people who know God and who have the fear of God. Guys, we've not come here for any interview, not for anything that we are sitting down, but we're just trying to exchange some ideas here and there that could help someone. The reason as to why as you can see, we're just having a light moment, and the reason I thought I want to engage these people on this, it's because of what is happening in our country. We've just seen news that is going all around of a man who has pushed his wife from a 5-story building the other day in a marriage. And so we've just counted, that is one. The other day we had this, the other day we had this. And I was just wondering, really, what is happening in marriage setups? Everybody, when they are getting married, we believe it's because of love. So now, I'm wondering, the reason as to why I've called you on this debate, I'm wondering what is happening. Maybe before you tell us what is happening, how many years are you in marriage?
This should be that 5 years.
That's 5 years. You've done years marriage for like how many years?
32.
32. You've done marriage
11 years.
11 years. After we see people doing beautiful weddings out there, where does it go wrong? Where is the rain start beating us that we hear such stories? Maybe I start with you, Bwana Shomba.
I said some times ago that life has an element of hypocrisy. You don't know the boy, you don't know the girl you are getting into union with. Because when we are dating, we talk sweet things. Then you find after a while, there are some dirty lags that were hidden under the table, and you pull them and things are haywire. You kind of think this is not what I thought I was getting into. I think that's one of the greatest challenges we have in life. And then the element of forgiving one another. People are not able to forgive one another. We do what somebody called building a mountain out of an anthill. And it becomes big. And then, of course, talking. We assume that if we keep quiet, things will be better. But that keeping quiet will eat us. I normally talk about a boy we were told of in primary, the Spartan boy. The Spartan boys were told they have to be brave. And one boy got a wild dog and hid it under the shirt, and it started biting. And because the boy wanted to be brave, he stood there very brave, and the poor Mbwamwitu was biting him until he fell down. We have many married couples who are behaving like they are very brave, and they want to portray before the rest of the world they are not cowards. They can make it. Yeah.
Madam Faith, do you think the element, as you're saying, of forgiveness is such a big dragon that is causing marriages to go to that route?
I would say, of course, yes. Because some people are very hard to forgive. But me, I would say when people have entered into marriage, they should be themselves. They should not pretend. If you have become angry or you have been annoyed because of something that he has done or she has done, just say it. Of course, we cannot keep on saying petty things, but one should not keep things into his or her heart all the times. He should be open up. She should be open up. And that is that will help these people or couple at least to continue learning themselves. Or with his husband, he will continue learning what his wife like. With his wife, she will continue to learn what her husband like. But I think there should not be hypocrisy. One should stand with his or her own principles.
Are there times that you might feel, this thing I've told my husband for several times, or my wife for several times, she don't change, and now you decide, now these are there things that you think that we keep them because we feel like there is no change even if I speak about them?
When something has happened, or when somebody has done wrong to you, and of course it is something great, you should at least say. The other thing is that one should not expect that because you have gotten a partner, he is an angel or she is an angel. And marriage is not, somebody saying somewhere, marriage is only is only the thing that is where people receive certificate when they
They
have
have not
not
gone for a course.
when they have not gone for a course. So it is a continuous learning. You continue learning your partner until death, because even if you stay for quite a long time, you continue experiencing. He has done something I have never experienced. I have never seen this. So you continue learning him or learning her or all the times of your lives. Yeah.
Archdeacon, what is happening in marriages? Where does it come to a point now? Today we are here, lovey-dovey, Suzie, I love you, Alex, I love you. At what point does now the gap start growing?
Susie, I want to say that there is no justification whatsoever for anybody to take another person's life, or even take your life, or violate against the other. There is no justification for that. But also, we also need to realize that there are factors in life, because a human being, as the Shamba said in another forum, is a human being is a complex made of the mind, soul, and spirit. And there are things that will happen in life that will cause a person what I call a high level of provocation. And sometimes you find yourself doing things, and finally, if you come out of it safe and look back, you'll be asking yourself in the first place, why did I want to do it? When my wife passed on some 3 years ago, I remember on the day when I took her to the hospital, and I was told she's died and no longer with me, and full darkness. And viewers, I want to say that night when went and spent the night on our matrimonial bed, and turned loud and did not find her, I was moved to do anything. However, pastor I am, issues of life that come and move you, that unless God intervenes, you will do anything. You will do utterly anything. And I remember, to be sincere, to be real, that night I was looking up and I was saying, the people who commit suicide and hang themselves, wanawekelea kamba wapi? That was my experience then. So those are levels that, and finally, 3 years down the line, I am here. Now I can think about it, isn't it? So there are factors in life that will cause somebody to reach the highest level of provocation, and somebody can do anything. And remember, viewers, I put a disclaimer: none of this should qualify anyone to take own life or take any other's life, because after you come out of it, you'll be asking, you realize it wasn't really worth it. The other thing is is where you cause a judgment without really, first of all, understanding. Because viewers, as you'd know, everything is not always the way it looks to be. If you went behind everything, you may realize that what you thought is actually isn't it. Have you viewers heard of this man who killed his wife? just because a neighbor sent him a message in a text message. I wanted to inform you that I used your wife for the whole day. And please let me know how much I need to pay for it. And came home, found the wife in kitchen, and killed her. Only to read the text properly and to note the neighbor was telling him the whole day, I've used your Wi-Fi.
Hey, ebu andikeni message vizuri. Wife and Wi-Fi. So you don't die for nothing.
If only, and he knew it too late when the wife was already
Dead.
just because he caused a judgment without first seeking to understand. Have you heard the story of this lady who had a dog who was taking care of the baby? And in the evening, when the woman came, did not see the baby. And the dog came from under the bed, and the mouth was full of blood. And what came to the mind of the woman? The dog has eaten
My
the baby.
Mhm.
Took an axe and killed the dog. But looking under the bed, viewers, he saw the baby comfortably asleep. And then besides the baby, there was a big snake. And the woman realized, kumbe, the dog was fighting to save my baby. This white had blood, but already the dog is dead. Viewers, some of the reasons why we cause damages beyond recovery is because we judge others first without seeking to understand the other side of the story. The other thing that viewers, I would say, sometimes causes at this level of provocation is what I would call the betrayal of trust.
Now, even before you go to the other point of betrayal,
Yes.
I want to get to know maybe from Madam Faith. What do you think one should do? Because he's talking of provocation.
Yeah.
When you're provoked, it's hard to be in your self-control. Because I'm imagining this husband, probably it's not like he had planned to throw the wife, but as he would call it, provocation. How do we deal with these instances that you've done marriages in 11 years? You cannot tell me you have never been provoked by that man and felt like,
Maybe you have never have such an experience. But yeah, I would say that when you find this serious provocation, even running away, I think somebody should run away for your life.
yes.
Because your life is yours alone. And you know, when you lose your life, it is you who will lose your life,
Yes.
your relatives, your parents, and life will continue even when you are not there.
Yes.
So you should mind about your life. Yes.
Okay. Bwana Chomba,
Yes.
in your many years of marriage, have you ever felt provoked? Okay, well, let me not even personalize it.
No. It's good.
How do you manage?
There are times you do what Faith is saying. Not feeling like going away. You just go. You come back when you
When the
normalize.
things are
And it's unfortunate for us Christians. I remember there is a time I went for a mission to TZ. I think when I came back, I felt it was not worth it. I didn't need to debate, I didn't anything. Just packed my bag, got to the Matatu stage and went to TZ. Okay, I arrived at the mission station and I posed very nice, but I know down there it was not. And other times, I think sometimes we have.
Were you married at that time?
I'm talking about leaving a wife at home.
And you're going for a mission.
And I'm going for a mission, either 202 or 201. We had already been married for about 10 years or so. But I felt, let me take a break. There's also a time a friend of mine was wedding. And I wanted to go for that wedding, but I didn't go. The poor girl started crying in the morning. And I just didn't go. An old classmate, schoolmate of mine in high school, were visiting for a mission. Now, my going for a wedding and coming back, it was an issue to her. And she was there crying. Of course, women have funny moods. Sorry to use that word.
Fade to tete. After this,
No.
after he finishes point.
No. Women, men, we don't understand women.
Oh, is it?
Yes, a woman might cry for nothing,
Oh,
but she wants you there.
Oh, so it's not nothing. It's because she wants you.
But maybe she was pregnant. You know, those are two different people. Yes. When one is expecting, there are some experience, there are some rules she will,
Emotional.
yes, will be emotional in one way or another.
I'm also even imagining, even if she was not pregnant, he has said that cry because not for anything but because she wants to be there. The wanting me there is the thing, is the reason.
But you don't have a program.
No, the wanting you there is the
That's
thing.
what I guess. We never discussed
okay.
it. But a high school friend was coming for a Sunday service. And I was to go for a wedding in Banana and come back before even those ones are. So I think provocation is there. It might not be interpreted as provocation by the other person.
Yes.
And I'm saying, as I said there before, a human being is a complex by himself.
I think I've picked a very important point that even in the highest provocation, and even he has given examples. Sometimes, like Miss Suzie, I would be crying, I want my husband. I like the idea of, okay, he will stop going, not because really ameelewa ni nini, but he just wants to calm me down. He will not go. As he's saying, even today, he actually don't know why the lady was crying, but he decided just to be there. So I think some of these things can be solved by as easy as, if it doesn't cost you too much. And anyway, I think marriage is costly, so you should be able to sacrifice. Just do it as your spouse is asking. I'm just asking you to stay with me. You don't really have to understand everything. You're talking about trust. What were you saying?
The betrayal of trust.
Yes.
And so I was trying to explore the some of the reasons that lead to this level of heinous actions that we are seeing today. And I was saying the other one is the betrayal of trust. And then I'll mention something to do with the mental health. Because many people are sick mentally. They're caused by all sorts of things like drug and substance abuse, causing people to do wild things that they could not just do when they are normal. So what I'm saying is that where in a marriage or in a relationship, one has invested so much trust on a person, and you feel and that deep in you, you know your spouse cannot do this. There are things that you can imagine he or she can do, but there are things that you just feel
They cannot.
this she cannot do. This he cannot do. And all of a sudden, after investing so much in this person, to realize that the person then has betrayed that trust that you had given him or her. It is now in the social media where we are told of a man, of a husband who was to go on a journey and comes back home and going to the bedroom finds the wife and her lover in the matrimonial bed. Now, viewers, you'd agree what level of betrayal of trust that one is. Now, what would you expect this man to do? Okay, I can see here the colleague, the panelists are saying, just walk away.
Run for your dear life.
But until you are there, it's easy to say that, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah. Expect this man to find his wife and a lover in the matrimonial bed and just walk away. Then that kind of a man must having a lot of grace, isn't it? If he was,
He must be sick.
Ah,
I know what you're saying. And when I'm saying of the man, I'm also the other side, the wife finding the husband with a lover, so that I don't appear like I'm having a gender bias here. It can be either way.
It can be either way.
It can be either way. And expecting this person just to walk away, this person can walk away and just go and take his life. That is one thing he can do, or can decide to act and do something heinous like this man did. He took a knife and killed both the wife and the lover and presented himself to the police. What is causing this is the betrayal of trust on a person whom you trusted, that yes, I can tolerate anything else. I know my wife, my husband can do this, but there are things, colleague, panelists, and dear viewers, you would feel that you can't imagine that your wife or your husband can do. And finally, when you see has done it, then you are caused to do anything. The other thing is on that can is where you have trusted your spouse with what you call the resources that you have earned before and even during your marriage. Have you had incidences of hypocrisy in marriage, dear viewers, where either the wife or the husband will get into a marriage, make sure that the other spouse's property is transferred to the name, to his or her name, and then when he realizes or she realizes that she has secured everything, then she moves out and goes to whoever she wants to spend the rest of their life with. Now, when this happens to you, dear viewer, what do you expect this person? What would you do yourself? What do you expect this person to do? Just walk away? Like nothing has happened? And so, these are things that will cause such a person to do anything to himself, like now committing suicide or killing somebody. And remember, viewers, I said, when I'm putting these things, I'm not saying justifications for which one should take his life or it take another person's life. Maybe the other one that I want to say is like as Faith said there, is bottling in. Um, and in many cases, as men fall victim of this. Women easily talk themselves out, isn't it? But then when in a relationship, in a marriage, you bottle in, and then close. A time will come when a possibility of bottling out will not be there, and instead, viewers, what will happen? You will burst out.
Yeah.
And bursting out means either you kill yourself or kill somebody or hurt somebody else very badly. Finally, viewers, I said something to do with the mental health. I would want to say biggest percentage of the population of the world. I don't want to give the figures, the statistical figures here, are people who are mentally sick. All of us have some level of mental sickness, but also there are levels of sickness according to from where I see it, which are manageable. But there are levels that are not manageable, where somebody is so sick and has resorted to drug and substance abuse as a solution to whatever the person is going through, and the smallest level of provocation can blow this person out. And therefore, these are areas, some of the areas, I'm not saying that I've exhausted them, viewers, that would cause one to do crazy things.
Madam Faith, do you think that those there are levels in our faith that would make us, because we are looking at this provocation and we are thinking it's not for believers, because you are saying you should have prayed and all that. So even in church, as they are saying, we are having these issues, and we have been maybe accused, the women. We sometimes neglect our homes to a point that we provoke our husbands to hate us to an extent they can kill us.
Sometimes it happens. There are those who involve themselves with other things outside there, forgetting their marriage life or forgetting their family. But there are still people who are very committed, and maybe your partner is not even does not even think about your commitment. He or she will not even bother with you. But me, I would say one should try to do his or her own responsibility at the home, and one should not put all the trust in a man. It is better to trust upon God in your partnership than to put all your unajua you can put all your trust in your partner, and definitely he can fail you.
Yes.
But when you trust upon God and you try to pray for him, things will go better.
Yes.
But in everything, leave alone.
Yes.
Because when you expect everything to go as you think, or to go as you expect in life, then if you find a failure somewhere, you will definitely get sick or depressed. But one should live a room, even as you live with your partners, live a room with in any incidents that can arise in life, because anything can arise. Yeah.
Wow, what a debate, guys. It has become wide, and I can already feel this thing is so weighted. Like there is so much that can be talked about in marriages, but definitely time is not on our side, so we will just end it there, but hoping that we shall have more of such discussions to Saidiana, and especially me would want to hear it from people who have done many years, who are able to help us to come from this quagmire, because really we are left wondering what is happening in marriages. And as a parting shot, I also think, I don't know if you guys would agree with me, there is I remember there's a sermon our pastor gave us, Pastor Joseph, and he was saying that a glass with water on the table, if you shake the table, the water will spill out. But the reason it is spilling out, it's not only because you shook the table, it's because there was water inside. So some of these things are happening because that is really who that person is. They just waited to be
Triggered.
to be triggered. So I think one of the things to avoid this is also to know who are these people we are relating with. Some of these people we are relating with are drug addicts, they abuse drug, and so we cannot be the rehab center. We need to let them first of all sort their issues out. So like Mom have said, I think the greatest thing, we pray for our marriages, we pray for the partners that we are associating with. Let's know who are these people we have in the house. And also there is so much that these panelists have discussed, the things that you can do. Run away with your own legs. The people seek for help. I've had the talk of seeking for help and all that. So for me, I think I'll end it at that point. Unless I give you an opportunity, do you feel like you have a parting shot?
Yeah, I feel, as I've said, Suzie, that we need to be proactive. The preventive is better than cure, so we say, and we need. Somebody have said it is only in marriage when you get a certificate that you have not studied before. I think our churches need to start a program where people are trained on issues of marriage before they get into marriage itself. Because if we had this kind of a training, probably some of the problems you have today maybe will not be there. So the church need to be deliberate in organizing for what we call pre-marital training before couples get into marriage.
Thank you.
The other thing I wanted to say is let couples in marriage learn to speak, communication, talking and talking and talking. And don't bottle in, because as we said, if you bottle in, you come to burst out. So those are the two areas I would want to say. And before things go very far, should we discover there are problems, it's good to seek for professional help.
Thank you. The potential.
I think what he has said is enough. I still go back to my statement, which might not be qualified. We don't come out true. And one is because there is no room for that. What he is recommending about premarital counseling, I think a lot of it will pump people with positive things. We don't tell them there is a possibility of negative side. So they move into marriage expecting heaven. What she said, we are not getting married to an age. We used to make fun when we were young that a girl gets married and the marriage night she runs away because she has been trained of sin. And so this man is suggesting sin and she wants to run away because she's holy. Thank you.
Yes.
As I had said earlier, as much as we are Christians, we should not spiritualize everything.
Mhm.
We should address things which we arise in our marriages.
Mhm.
And we should talk and talk and talk. Because if partners if the people who have married are not talking,
Mhm.
there is nobody who will ever come to amend your life
Mhm.
in marriage. I think people should be free to talk and address everything, because there is nothing which is special. There is nothing which is a secret between a wife and a husband.
Mhm.
So I think people should be free to address everything.
Mhm.
Yes.
And,
Wow.
and maybe finally,
Mhm.
on this, something to say that also I want to emphasize that things do not always look the way they appear to be. Therefore, viewers, in a relationship, never judge your partner before you listen at him or her. Otherwise, you live to regret your action.
The decision.
Because sometimes you do things that are not recoverable.
Mhm.
The action you have done cannot be changed. Yet you realize you have hurt your partner just because somebody sent you a text that I used your Wi-Fi, and you thought he used your wife.
Guys, let us end at that point. Please use my Wi-Fi, don't use my wife. I think that's the call. Because Akdikon has no problem with that man using the Wi-Fi, but he's okay feeling that the man should have taken an action if the other person was using the wife. So for now, goodbye till next time. Bye.